Now moving on to probably the best thing about the OnePlus 7T Pro in 2021. This is a mixture of both the software and the battery life. So this thing, first of all, Oxygen OS, I've said this before and I'll pretty much say it forever. It's probably my favorite version of, Android. I think it's maybe even a little bit better than stock Android based on the features and everything you're getting. Now with Android 11, Oxygen OS 11 or whatever they're going to call it, isn't really looking to be as crazy or as good as I wanted it to be. It's looking pretty, unstockish in a lot of ways. But at the end of the day, as I stated before, it's a huge thing to keep in mind that a phone like this still has software support that's actually more stock than not. And when you turn on this phone and when you're going through the UI and all that stuff, this is a very, very smooth phone. No matter which way you look at it, no matter what you do, you're pretty much going to be getting a smooth experience. And with that 90 Hz refresh rate on this, phone as well, that just makes this overall experience that much smoother. And you know what? I've said this before and I'll say it for years and years and years. Having that 90 Hz is like having, 120 Hz almost. It really does increase the fluidity of the phone. So a mixture of the stock, almost stock and, beautiful software with a lot of features inside of it with that 90 Hz refresh rate at the end of the day makes this phone feel so much better than it really is, to be honest, in a lot of other areas. And it kind of covers up the lack of, IP certification and some other things too. Now the battery life of this thing also is aided with the software because it doesn't have a lot of processes running in the background, but you also have that 4085 mAh battery in it. And at the end of the day, I think it's more of a pro than a con too. Now we are kind of in that phase where we're getting like 5000 mAh batteries and stuff, but I think the battery size is fine. I think the refresh rate, I think the software really enhances the fact that this thing does have a higher refresh rate and a bigger display. And I actually do think those two things are probably the best assets of this device. Even though it doesn't have wireless charging or reverse wireless charging, at least it has pretty good battery life still, and it still has a long software support and custom ROMing and rooting and all that good stuff. So for sure, at the end of the day, this is probably the strongest asset for the OnePlus 7T Pro in 2021.